What's up guys, welcome back, next match, Cross-Banlist Cup. So bottom part again, we have, again, two title candidates. We have Swordsouls versus Virtual World, so there's like only 2 years a difference between both these decks. And like before this matchup, in all honesty, I would have had no clue which deck would have this one. So let's see the votes from the people from the community tab. About 33%, so about a third of the people see that Virtual World should win over Swordsouls. Again, as I mentioned before, there's only 2 years the difference between both these decks. Both these decks already have access, or also have access to powerful going second cards, for example, so it would not be that big of a deal if you're forced to go second. Then again, I guess then it counts, I guess, for both Virtual World and Swordsouls. In any situation, they prefer obviously going first, looking at True King of all calamities on the one hand, while on the other hand there is, I mean, the standard Swordsouls board of Baron and even maybe Changing for interruption, especially against something like Virtual World. So this is a rather average, or not a great Swordsouls hand. Sadly, no. Now that I think of it, let me think. Was there another play? No, that's level 4. I was talking about Yazi. Maybe using Yazi on my... okay, no, I got Ganat. Nah, indeed. There's also the potential nip. I forgot Virtual World was making that one. Post side deck, definitely. So I guess this was the strongest board I could pump out, even though, you know, stuff like Failure and Imperm is not the best against Virtual World. It's decent, prevents Cloud Castle, for example, from triggering, but in all honesty, are you really going to, you know, force out a weak Cloud Castle into a potential back row being Imperm? So that's probably not the case, or, you know, you're definitely going to destroy the back row of your opponent before going for Cloud Castle. So Changing gets negated, and that's why, or where, Virtual World, I guess, has a slight advantage, again, going second, having that, you know, smaller Dark Ruler no more in the form of their continuous spell. So Changing got negated. Imagine Changing not being negated, like whenever, let's say, the spell is banished or the trap is banished, potentially triggering Changing, but it's not the case, and I was able to prevent... yes, I was able to prevent True King of all calamities of hitting the field, but Zeus hits the board as well, so I don't think there was any top deck in this situation. So for Virtual World is leading, so both side deck. Side decked in, let me think, barriers went in, so Dimensional Barrier, other stuff as well. So I think, you know, go for a standard play. I know there's a potential nip threat, and I was thinking, yeah, not going for a potential level 10 synchro play, maybe searching... No, I already used Emergence. I was about to say searching Protoss, but Protoss feels kind of weak against Virtual World. I guess calling Dark, that prevents, I think, only True King of all calamities from coming out. That's decent, but not the best. So 3 sets fantastic. I think I searched the trap, right? The Blackout, and already had Cyclone, which is again fantastic against Virtual World. So Baron hits the last set, draw droplets, so I can't push for a game. I could have maybe tagged out Baron, but that felt like very awkward, unsafe, potential playing into Nip, so I, you know, I just kept Baron on field, especially with both, I think Droplet and, what was the other set? Was it an Imperm or Barrier? Sorry, that was pretty much safe. So game number 3, and again, this feels super awkward. The thing is that I think negating Lulu is a correct play, because, you know, Virtual World, they are known for bricking, as in not opening like this, or always 3 to 4 names. And I was like, I think I have to negate Lulu. Another potential target to negate maybe would have been Cloud Castle, especially because of display, lowering the level, and going for Cloud Castle, and then reborning your, what is it Shen? The level 9 synchro? And then, you know, that opens up Calamity play. I mean, imagine using Gamma on Cloud Castle, that's fantastic. Would have been fantastic, but the thing is that if you're not negating your Lulu, or at least their Lulu, you potentially open up another Calamity play, so it's quite common for, you know, Virtual World decks to end on double Calamity. So again, like the hand here, their hand here was just far too good, and especially with both decks are playing Imperial Order, but the Order is just like the extra salt on top, right? Even Droplet wasn't an out because of Order. unless you discard what is it, a trap, right? So this is more than enough. So okay, game number 4 again, both sides. So I again have to go first, want to go first. I'm able to play around Nip, so we should do that. We should respect Nip at all times. So drop Long Yuan, go for Baron as a 5th summon, and I think some standard plays. Xixiao for another draw and search. I should probably search the trap. Yeah, indeed. Because of more interruptions, right? And Baron is there for an Omni negation. That's what I thought back then, but you know, the Omni negation is forced out here because of Nip. So like evenly matched could be could be a problem. Luckily, it's only Dark Ruler, no more. So I still have my 3 back though. The one of, at least the first one being used, being Cyclone on the trap. Yeah, the trap. And the continuous spell is on field. That's not really the card you want to destroy with Blackout. So here in this case, I use Dimensional Barrier preemptively calling Synchros, right? That prevents, you know, Synchro shenanigans. And I was about to say there aren't too many plays that could force out, or, you know, could force out Zeus, bump out Zeus, but I mean, Blackout was there. It was known, or public knowledge, right? Because it was searched previously. I don't think there was any other play to, you know, play around Blackout and, you know, put up Zeus eventually. I don't think that play was there, so I was relatively safe either way. Plus I have Droplet in hand, plus Ecclesia, so a comic play always would have been there. So this should be more than enough. So, as expected, it felt kinda similar in power level. But, yeah, game number 5, super important. So let's see, this Desire is a super lucky one for... never breaks for Virtual World. So they're able to pump out a couple of extra like monsters. My hand on the other hand is good. Ecclesia going second, Cyclone to hit the back row. Droplet is fantastic against Calamities and Desire. So Desires for a potential draw too. So let's see how this one goes. And I guess this is okay. I'm not so sure if Virtual... Ah, the trap is banished. The other trap, the one that reborns a monster from graveyard. So I'm not sure, or I'm not so sure if Virtual World is able to pump out a double... Calamity with Messier 7, that is, without that trap. I don't think so. So the plays for next turn are there. So here I was overthinking my options, and I was like, I didn't see a potential chain to, you know, sacrifice my activated Desires. Obviously here, you know, it's good to play around Imperm. And okay, I chain Droplet, obviously, to True King of all Calamities, chain to prevent the trap from resolving. Although a big deal here is that even though I'm able to use Long Yuan in hand, there is no target in hand for discard. And because I discarded the Vishuda for Droplet. And that's where, again, I don't think there was another play, like sending the activated Cyclone, because what was the reasoning? That was a reasoning. There was a reasoning because of that. I needed to discard the monster in hand. Because of the chain links, the arranging of chain links because of that. Because, you know, the continuous trap is always face up on the field, so it can always chain, potentially destroying the own True King of all Calamity. So I just didn't see an out for that. And it was like, you know, in all honesty, even though the Nibiru lost me the game here in game number 5. In all honesty, I think it was just Nip. Yeah, it was Nip. I mean, it's okay. So next matchup, this is a good one. We have 3xs5s versus Quintilla Undead, so feel free to leave your predictions. Okay, guys, that's it. Thanks for watching. Feel free to leave a comment or like if you enjoyed the video. Riddim signing out. Peace.